What was the worst update in Clash Royale? Was it when they removed our beloved chests? Was it when, after 5 years, they moved the max level from 13 to 14 and then eventually 15? Well, that's what we are going to find out in this video. I have picked 5 of the worst updates in Clash Royale history. We are going to look at what made them bad, and at the end, pick the worst one. These are all based on what the community thinks, so technically not my opinion, but still feel free to disagree in the comments. And without a further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the most recent disaster. On the 31st of March 2025, Supercell completely removed the classic chest system that had been in the game since launch. They replaced it with lucky drops, which are supposed to give you instant rewards after every match. No more chest cycle. No more opening chests with timers. No more predicting when you'd get a magical chest or giant chest. Instead, you just get random lucky drops after battles. They also removed the season shop entirely and moved its rewards into Pass Royale, events, and challenges. Daily rewards got worse too. You used to be able to claim chests throughout the day, now you just get lucky drops and that's it. Why did everyone hate this? The biggest complaint was that it felt way less rewarding. Chests gave you something to look forward to. You knew when your next good chest was coming, you could plan around it, and opening a legendary chest or magical chest felt exciting. Lucky drops just feel random and meaningless. You win a battle, you get some cards and gold, and that's it. No hype, no anticipation, nothing. People also pointed out that the rewards got worse. The old chest system was predictable and gave consistent value. Lucky drops are completely random, and most of the time you get way less than what you used to get from chests. Plus, the season shop removal meant that free-to-play players lost access to magic items like books and wildcards that they could slowly grind for, now only being able to get them from the lucky drops. The community went crazy. Reddit and Twitter were flooded with complaints. People called it a cash grab, and a lot thought this was going to be the game's downfall. That's why recently Supercell ended up bringing the chests back. Kind of. They are called magical lucky chests, and they work pretty similarly to lucky drops. This made the situation better, but the damage was already done. People lost trust in Supercell after this one. The removal of chests took away one of the core features that made Clash Royale feel rewarding, and replacing it with lucky drops just made everything feel cheap and random. Next up, we need to talk about the level 14 update. The level 14 update dropped on the 27th of October 2021, and it absolutely destroyed free-to-play players. For 5 years, level 13 was the max level for cards and King Tower. Everyone who had been grinding for years to max out their accounts finally got there, and then boom, Supercell added level 14 out of nowhere. Here's what happened. They raised the max level to 14 for both cards and King Tower. Upgrading cards to level 14 required way more golden cards than before. We're talking hundreds of thousands of gold per card. And if you were already maxed at level 13, you got basically nothing towards level 14. All that progress you made? Gone. You had to start grinding all over again. The worst part was how it affected free-to-play players. The amount of resources needed to max a single card skyrocketed. You needed more gold, more cards, and way more time. People who had been grinding for years to max their decks suddenly found themselves months or even years away from being max level again. It felt like Supercell just slapped every free-to-play player in the face. The community freaked out. People were posting on Reddit saying they were quitting the game. Twitter was filled with angry players. Even content creators were calling out Supercell for being greedy. The main complaint was that this update was pure cash grab. It didn't add anything meaningful to the game, it just made progression harder and pushed people to spend money. Supercell did try to make this up to us by giving rewards, but it wasn't enough to fix the overall frustration. People who had been maxed for years were stuck grinding again, and new players had an even bigger mountain to climb. This update is remembered as one of the most anti-player moves in Clash Royale history. Next, we need to look at the update for losers. In April 2023, Supercell dropped what they called the Update for Losers, which was supposed to make losing feel less bad by giving you rewards even when you lost battles. Sounds good, right? Wrong. The update ended up being hated because of what else it changed. The big change was Pass Royale 2. They split Pass Royale into 3 tiers: free, gold, and diamond. The Gold Pass costs $5.99, and the Premium Diamond Pass costs almost $12. They also changed how magic items worked. Book of Cards, which used to be a guaranteed reward in Pass Royale, got moved to the Season Shop where you had to grind 15,000 season tokens to unlock it. That's a lot of grinding. Free-to-play players felt completely screwed. The rewards in the free pass got worse, and a lot of the good stuff got locked behind the gold or diamond pass. Even paying players weren't happy. The gold pass felt less valuable than before because a lot of rewards got moved to the diamond pass. So if you wanted the same prizes as before, you had to pay $12 instead of $6. It felt like a price increase disguised as an update. The community called it a cash grab. Another big complaint was about 2v2 rewards. The update removed crown and chest rewards from 2v2 mode, which meant there was no reason to play it anymore unless you just wanted to have fun. People who used 2v2 to grind chests were pissed because now the mode felt pointless. This update is remembered as the moment Supercell started pushing harder monetization. It didn't break the game like level 14 did, but it made everything feel more expensive and less rewarding, especially for free-to-play players. Moving on to number 4, let's talk about the Evolutions update. The Evolutions update dropped on the 19th of June 2023, and it was super controversial. Supercell added a new evolution mechanic where certain cards could evolve into stronger versions during a match. Sounds cool, but the execution was messy and the community hated it. Here's what changed. Evolutions are basically upgraded versions of cards that activate when you use them in a match. For example, Evo Knight gets a shield, Evo Firecracker leaves fire puddles after every shot, and Evo Dart Goblin shoots poison darts. Not all cards have evolutions, just a few select ones. Why did people hate it? First, it felt like a gimmick. A lot of players thought evolutions were just a cheap way to add new content without actually balancing the game properly. Some evolutions were completely broken on release, Evo Knight was way too tanky, Evo Skeletons cycled too fast, and Evo Firecracker was basically unkillable in the right deck. Second, it added another layer of progression. Just when people thought they were done grinding to max level, Supercell added level 15 for evolutions. Now you needed even more gold and cards to upgrade. It felt like another cash grab to force people to spend money or grind for months. The thing where you needed level 15 for an evolution was later reversed, so that made it a little better. But these weren't the only two issues. Third, evolutions created a ton of imbalance. Decks with evolutions dominated the meta for months. If you didn't have access to the right evolutions, you were basically at a disadvantage. This hurt free-to-play players the most because unlocking evolutions required a ton of resources. The community complained that Supercell was changing the game too much. Clash Royale used to be simple. Build a deck, play your cards, and outplay your opponent. Evolutions added complexity that a lot of people didn't want. It felt like Supercell was trying to fix a problem that didn't exist, and in the process they made the game worse. Even now, in 2025, there are people who still dislike evolutions. However, the main issue with the update wasn't actually the evolutions, but it was mostly level 15. And lastly, we have Clan Wars 2. Clan Wars 2 dropped on the 31st of August 2020, and it was supposed to be the biggest update in Clash Royale history. Supercell hyped it up for months as a complete overhaul of the clan system. It was the first major update in 2 years, and the community had huge expectations. Instead, it became one of the most hated updates ever and caused massive player burnout. Here's what changed. Supercell completely removed the original Clan Wars system that had been in the game since 2018. Collection Day and War Day were gone. Instead, they added Clan Wars 2, which introduced river races, clan boats, duels mode, and boat battles, the first PvE content in Clash Royale. The idea was that clans would race down a river in boats, doing battles to earn fame points and reach the finish line first. You needed to build 4 separate war decks with 32 unique cards total, meaning no card could be used twice across your 4 decks. Why did everyone hate it? The biggest problem was broken matchmaking with no level caps. In Clan Wars 1, battles had level caps so free-to-play players could compete fairly. In Clan Wars 2, you used your actual card levels with no caps at all. So if you were a free-to-play player with level 11 cards, you got matched up with over-leveled whales. It was completely unfair and turned Clan Wars into a pay-to-win disaster. The second huge problem was that it required way too much grinding. Unlike Clan Wars 1, where participation was optional, in Clan Wars 2, every clan member's participation mattered. If people didn't play their battles, it dragged the entire clan down. Clans had no choice but to kick inactive members, which destroyed a lot of casual clans. People who just wanted to play casually were forced to play every day or get kicked. It created massive burnout. The third issue was small clans got screwed. The boat race format favored big clans with 50 active players. Small clans with 10 to 20 members had no chance of competing because they couldn't generate enough fame to keep up. It felt like Supercell designed the mode only for hardcore competitive clans and forgot about everyone else. The community went ballistic. Reddit exploded with complaints. The official Clash Royale subreddit was flooded with posts calling it the worst update ever. People said Supercell missed the mark, which became a meme. Even Supercell's community manager Drew Haycock admitted on Reddit that they messed up and acknowledged the problems. Another complaint was that rewards got worse. In Clan Wars 1, you could earn trade tokens in decent chests. In Clan Wars 2, most rewards were just cards and gold, which max players didn't need. The grind felt pointless for a lot of people. The worst part? Supercell hyped this update for months as the future of Clash Royale, and it turned out to be a broken, grindy mess that made the game less fun. Some players quit the game entirely because of how bad Clan Wars 2 was. This update is remembered as a massive disappointment and one of Supercell's biggest failures. It was supposed to revive the game, but instead it killed a lot of clans, drove away casual players, and made Clash Royale feel more pay-to-win than ever before. So out of all these terrible updates, which one is the absolute worst? It's gotta be Clan Wars 2. While Level 14, Lucky Drops, Pass Royale 2, and Evolutions are all considered cash grabs that hurt progression and made the game more expensive, Clan Wars 2 did something way worse. It broke the social aspect of the game and destroyed entire communities. The other updates made you angry about grinding and spending money, but Clan Wars 2 made people quit entirely. It forced casual players to grind every day or get kicked from their clans. It killed small clans who couldn't compete. It turned a fun social mode into a stressful pay-to-win nightmare with broken matchmaking and no level caps. Other updates hurt your wallet or your progress. Clan Wars 2 hurt the heart of what made Clash Royale special, playing with your clan and having fun with friends. That's why it's the absolute worst. But here's the thing, despite all of this, we're still here, we've been through all these disasters, we've complained on Reddit, made angry tweets, threatened to quit, and watched our favorite content creators trash these updates. Some of us actually did quit for a while, but most of us came back. Because at the end of the day, we still love this game. There's something special about Clash Royale that keeps us coming back. Maybe it's the satisfying gameplay, the rush of a close match, the excitement of pulling off a perfect prediction, or just the memories we've made with our clanmates over the years. Supercell has made mistakes, and they'll probably make more in the future, but we stick around because we believe in the game, even when they make it hard to. We criticize because we care. And as frustrating as these updates have been, they haven't killed our love for Clash Royale. We're still playing, still battling, still grinding, and still having fun. And that says something about how great this game really is, even with all its flaws. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon.